Greetings, lovers of change. Greetings, change champions, intercessors, or peace lovers of Zimbabwe. We are greeting you. We are live here on Chatufa Live. Thank you very much for those that are joining us on the show. We are still looking at what is happening in our country, around our country, and also in our neighboring countries. Thank you so much for those that support this platform. We are always on time giving you updates of what is really happening around us. We are receiving information that ZANU PF interference fingered as one of the major problems in South African elections. This is really very, very embarrassing for ZANU PF. We are really looking at the situation that South Africa is going through right now. Very, very amazing. A new kind of election that we are seeing this time around, which has never, ever been seen before. Because the things that are happening right now, that are being reviewed about the election of South Africa is really very, very difficult. People of South Africa are experiencing something they've never seen from the time that ZANU PF has begun to interfere into the issues of the South African elections. You see, this is the very situation that Zimbabwean people have always been trying to speak out to the South African people, that they must also rebuke their government. When people like Ramaphosa continue to support Emmerson Mnangagwa, South Africans were quiet about it. When Mnangagwa is being supported by Fikile Mbalula and Ramaphosa, after he has rigged the elections, we did not see so much. We expected to see so much pressure from South Africa, but it seems like there was not that much pressure. But now look at what is now happening. The very cancer of ZANU PF is now entering into South Africa. Not is now entering, it has now already entered, because there are many, many issues and problems now that are being experienced in the South African election that have never been seen before. The character of ZANU PF is now the character of the ANC in South Africa. And we just are watching to see what is going to be happening exactly tomorrow, because already the revelations that are out there are showing that there's quite a lot of rot that is now been brought within the system, things that have never been experienced before. And it means that South Africa or South African elections will never again ever be the same after ZANU PF has started to put its fingers, its ugly and dirty fingers, into a system that used to operate fairly well. And I'm telling you, once the rot starts, things will never come back to normal. So South Africans must start to expect things to happen in a way that they've never ever seen before. So international cable news network, it says South Africa, the ruling ZANU PF party in Zimbabwe has been accused of interfering in South Africa's elections following the revelations that it has sponsored ANC with 3 million to buy votes and election officials. Details on how ANC is employing ZANU PF tactics are coming out. So you can see that these are some of the issues that are being spoken about by other interested parties that are talking about the election in South Africa. So voters, number one, we have this one where they are saying Eastern Cape Mthatha. Oh, let me see if I can enlarge this one. Usually some of these photos, they refuse to be enlarged. Okay, it says voters blocked from accessing polling stations by ANC militia, including taxi operators, Mawindi, in EFF strongholds in Mthatha, Eastern Cape. Right. The other issue is 107 polling stations failed to open today in Mthatha. 9 polling stations in Mthatha failed to receive ballot papers. Over 1,000 polling stations failed to open today, according to IEC. You need to watch out these ZANU PF machinations. So can you see that it's ZANU PF and ZANU PF and ZANU PF all over? And this is very, very embarrassing. And also a video has come out, a video that is showing this ZANU PF style, what we have always been seeing in our elections back in Zimbabwe. We've been seeing this happening, and it is such videos are beginning to surface in South Africa. They've never been seen before, and it is really the first time. Like I'm saying, South Africans must begin to brace for a totally rotten system in elections because of the influence of ZANU PF over the elections that are happening in South Africa. If South Africa had really stood their ground to make sure that the ANC does not continue to be in bed with ZANU PF, probably the situation could be a bit different now. Let me just show you the video of the ZANU PF style of rigging elections that has just been seen in South Africa. Very, very embarrassing. Things that we have been seeing happening in Zimbabwe are now happening there. So this is an alleged ANC official who is busy already marking the ballots. And exactly, are we surprised as Zimbabweans? We are not. I'm telling you, we have been talking to many people. I've talked to people that are in other countries, Botswana, and I've also talked to some South Africans. And most of them were always saying, why is it that you continue to vote Mugabe and yet you complain about Mugabe? Why do you vote ZANU PF and then you Zimbabweans who complain about ZANU PF? Why don't you vote them out? And I was always telling these people that, guys, if you knew what these people do to get to power, to retain power, or to win elections, you would never believe it. And you would see that these people would not really understand, because when you are telling somebody of something that they've never seen happening, you are telling an Eskimo that they can be a volcano, they'll be very, very surprised. So this is exactly what is happening. So just look at the video of the alleged ANC official that were already marking some of the ballot papers. Very embarrassing, really. So there we have it. So just imagine, this is a scenario that is very, very new to the South African people and the South African scenario. And I can tell you, once this kind of rot begins in a system, obviously it is always going to be there. It is going to be very, very difficult if they don't really pull their socks up to fight this rot that has been introduced by ZANU PF. All these are tricks of ZANU PF that have been introduced now to ANC. ANC did not know of all these things. It's ZANU PF. It's ZANU PF. And look at it. We used to know that even our parents used to beat us when we were growing up. We used to be beaten for for friends, because your mother will tell you that I don't want to see you playing with the children of that family. And if you be seen playing with them, you'll be in hot soup. And you, as young people, would be wondering, why is it that my mother doesn't want to play? And one of those friends, you'll be very good friends with them and you love them so much, but your parent will be saying no, because they do understand that bad morals corrupt, bad friends corrupt good morals. You see, that's exactly what is happening. So the bad friends of ANC, which is ZANU PF, they've now taught them the system, the shenanigans of ZANU PF, and we are seeing them being employed in South Africa. It's not going to be easy. South Africans must brace for even more if they are not really going to stand up again to defend their system, to flush out all this rot that we are experiencing already in South Africa. So we are yet to see what is going to be happening as from tomorrow and onwards. We'll be giving you updates of what will be transpiring. But definitely, it's a bad start. It's a bad start to tell the truth. Things like this should never have happened. An election must just run. And the problem with South Africa is that South Africa is a place that if violence erupts in South Africa, it goes to serious levels. So these are things that really should be avoided in a country that is volatile like South Africa. South Africa is not just like Zimbabwe. If these guys start fighting, you see, the problem is they have guns and things like that. There can be a shooting spree, people shooting each other because of election irregularities that they've experienced. So some other parties this time around could start complaining, something that was never known. We used to know EFF leader Julius Malema shaking hands with Ramaphosa and hugging and congratulating each other after the elections. But we don't know whether this is going to happen this time around, especially considering these other situations that have been seen already happening on the ground. So it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a real tough time for South Africa, but they really have to work hard to make sure that they can cleanse themselves out of this situation. It's a bad start. I'm telling you, bad start. But anyway, this is what is happening. That's ZANU PF for you. A cancer in our region, a cancer in Africa, a cancer everywhere. ZANU PF must just be uprooted. ZANU PF must never be allowed to continue, because they are never going to allow peace in our region. And even with our neighbors. So this is the update that we had, family, just to give you. Even my poster says, hello, family, we love you. Thank you so much. We love you too. Bra Mike, how are you? Long time. I haven't been seeing you for quite some time, or maybe I was missing your name just on the list, but I hope you are doing well. DST says, good afternoon, Chatufa. I always imagine your face, and I thank you. I think you look like Gift Amoli. Oh, what? I don't know. You made my day today. No. I don't even look like Gift Amuli. I know Gift Amuli. Yeah, but I'm very far from Gift Amuli. The day that you are going to see my face, you're going to marvel, because I'm not very far from you seeing my face. I told you, I promised you that a time is coming that I'm going to be coming live very, very soon. The time is approaching. So stay tuned. One day you are going to be just shocked and to see Chatufa live, but that's far away. I don't know why you think I look like Gift Amuli. Is it my voice or what? But no, I'm not even closer to Gift Amuli. You can start imagining a new face, a different one from Gift Amuli. Right. Gogongube is sending a lot of hearts there. Thank you so much. Conrad Mushonga says, hello, family. My day has just started. Tell it like it is, the man of God. Thank you very much. Yes, we are coming. We have 2 shows on the main channel. And here I still have 1 more show that I have to bring you just after this one. Joko Chibwe says, ZANU PF just a problem in the region. It has to go now. Enough is enough. Yes, definitely enough is enough. We need to see things happening in the right way. This guy is a pile of voting papers, ZANU PF style. It's a shame. Very shameful. So this is it. And I think, like I was saying, that if we had enough support from South Africans, especially when they started to see that ANC is beginning to condone wrong in Zimbabwe, condone the rot that was done, and supporting rigging of elections, supporting somebody who has killed people to retain power. And they would say, we are going there for inauguration and supporting all that. Somebody who used the fuzz in such an embarrassing way that was just exposed to the whole world. And yet your president, South Africans, was the first to congratulate, was the first to run to Harare to join Emmerson Mnangagwa. If South Africans had voiced, because one thing that I know about South Africans is when they want to speak, they speak, and they speak with a one voice and a loud one. I expected something to happen, but I'm sure the attitude that South Africans had there was, it is their business. It's their business there, their problem in Zimbabwe, not knowing that the problem was going to start flowing into their country. Now, look where it is now. Ramaphosa should have been stopped well before this time that we are in right now. So up to now, we don't even know how much has been done. So you see, maybe it will be reviewed later, or some of the things may not be reviewed at all until the election is announced. So this is it. So I think Zimbabweans, South Africans, and even others that are in the region, we really, as citizens, need to join hands. Whatever is happening in one country, we must find ourselves standing up and support and fighting with others to make sure that it doesn't spill over and come into your own country. You see what happened with the cholera. Cholera started in Harare, it started in Zimbabwe, it ended up in Botswana, it ended up also in Zambia. You see the problem. But so is this attitude of saying if something happens in one country, we say it's their business, not knowing that eventually one way or the other, we are one people. But these borders, they don't know anything. The border does not know anything. Cholera can simply cross as if it is spreading in Zimbabwe. It does not know that now it's in Zambia. So we just have to be one. If a war erupts right now in Zimbabwe, or a war erupts in Mozambique like it is right now, it's not surprising that you can hear guns already being fired in Mutare, because those people can start fighting until the war starts spreading through and end up in Mutare, and something like that. It will be already war in Zimbabwe. You see, this is why I'm saying, as citizens of SADC, we need to be one. Let us not say, it's their problem. Let's not just say, they will sort each other out there, because eventually that problem might end up being your problem again tomorrow. So this is it, family. Thank you so much for joining me on the show. We are coming back again with yet another story that we are going to be holding very, very soon. So do not forget, as always, to subscribe to the channel, like, and share.